Hi guys, I'm Samanta and here's my personal 15-minute yoga practice. I'm sharing it only because you asked me so many times to show you the exercises that I do personally for my own body. So here we go. You don't need to repeat the whole thing, but probably you can pick up some ideas or simply get inspired and motivated for a better life, better body, and discipline. Any workout should start with a warm-up, and I like to improvise depending on how I feel. This practice is gonna be quite energizing, so I'm doing an energizing warm-up. Just shaking my body, lifting up on my toes and heels, shaking all the way. Now I like to do this wide leg squat while rotating my wrists. You don't forget about inhale and exhale, right? So when you inhale, you go up, and exhale, you go down as you sit down. I like to combine few movements in one so that I save time and get more benefits. Just like that, move your body, shake your hips. And now let's stretch your back. This is very important. I love stretching my back by simply pulling my arms forward and bending forward. Few more lifts on my toes and heels as I lift the arms, and few more stretches. Rotate your arms, flip your arms, and let's do some side stretch. I love side stretch. I believe side stretch is one of the key secrets to your beautiful belly. Try that by yourself. And side stretch to the other side. Release all the tension from your body. Rotate your hips. We definitely need to circulate the blood in the hip area. Move the other direction. I like to engage my feet as well when I do the hip rolls. And finally, I'm getting ready for my sequence. Just standing still, feet together, and raise my hands in prayer position. Set a little bit of intention and bend backwards as I stretch my arms very far. Continue with the forward fold, halfway lengthen, and fold again. Feel the stretch in my hamstrings. I love that. Now I'm taking a lunge with my right leg, deep and slow lunge. Right hand aligned with the left foot as I stretch my left arm very high, twisting my body. Breathing into my hips as I open them so gently with this great lunge. And I move with my right foot a little bit. And here comes my signature pose that I'm not sure how to explain, but I just keep my both feet the way they are, and I continue rotating my whole body to the left side as I twist very, very intensely in my hips, creating this posture. Take a look at this. I move my left arm in between both feet, and I try to feel the stretch in my hips, in my thighs, in my hamstrings, everywhere as I gently release my back and bend forward. Come back to the lunge, adjust your position, and take a plank. Hold here. Adjust the shoulders, adjust the shoulder blades, move a little bit, and Chaturanga Dandasana. Knees, chest, chin touching the floor for a second and coming up into cobra or upward facing dog. I love to stand in this position, adjusting myself. I press the floor with my hands, and I also like to squeeze the glute for better effect and really strengthen my back muscles here. Continue with side twists. To the left, to the right, very gently. And back to cobra. Slowly adjusting into downward facing dog. It's one of the ultimate postures where you need to really feel all parts of your body, from your hands to the shoulders, to the hips, to hamstrings, to the feet, everything, and especially the spine, of course. I love this workout because it doesn't even take a mat. I can do it simply on the floor. And just letting go. Now I swing my right leg all the way forward to my hands, standing into another lunge. Moving my lunge a bit because it feels so good. Breathe in and breathe out and take a high lunge. Now I'll be adjusting myself for a while because I really am not sure about the height of this position. You should feel it for yourself. I tried to check with the mirror, but it doesn't necessarily work. So you just feel the exact amount of tension and intensity in your hips, okay? You try to square the hips as much as you can. That's what I'm working on here, trying to make my hips square. And the lunge is as high as you want it to be. Now I raise my arms up high, do the great stretch, and bend to the side. Try to keep the lunge, keep the balance, which is not easy as you can see, and do some side bends. It's a wonderful stretch for your whole body as you keep the balance and strength. The front knee should not fall over your front foot. That's a 100% rule, okay? So the hips are square, the front knee is straight. After a few bends, I do some rotations to the right side as well. Trying to keep my hips square all the time. Strongly recommended, guys, really. But not easy, I must admit. Some action in the lunge to move my bones and raise my hands. And I push my left leg forward as I stand so strong on my right foot, which is not easy, guys, but it's worth it. Straighten my other leg parallel to the floor. It's very intense on the thigh, but it's totally worth it. So I do some repetitive movements as I reach my hands up in the sky and keep breathing and keep so strong in my right leg. Move to the side and do this tree pose if you may, if your balance is still there. Relax in the tree pose. Take few breaths, hands in prayer position. Reconnect with your breath, with your body. Massaging my hips here just to release the tension. And finally, I'm getting out of the pose, ready for the next turn. Take a breath in through the nose and bend backwards, stretching my whole body. And breathe out to the forward fold as deep as I want. Halfway lengthen on the inhale And exhale into the forward fold again, stretching my back, stretching my spine, and move to the lunge on the other leg, left leg this time. Find my position and twist to the right side as I reach my right arm high up, enjoying the twist and the deep hip opening. I also turn my head to the right, looking on my fingers just to maximize the engagement, and I breathe in and out as I slowly move into the twist. So I rotate all the way to the right, keeping my feet where they were, gently adjusting them, and I put my right hand in between the 2 feet, finding the balance and working very slowly to relax my back as I really deeply twist my hips, my thighs, my hamstrings. I love this stretch so much. You can try it one day, but don't be very intense on yourself, okay? Because it took me a while to get into this pose, but it came quite naturally at the same time. Don't forget to breathe and come back to the lunge. Find my balance and step back to plank. Move a bit in the plank and Chaturanga Dandasana, knees, chest, chin, and upward facing dog. Adjusting my elbows, my shoulder blades, squeezing my glutes, relaxing my neck. What a beautiful stretch. I love it. And I point my toes as well. Now I will twist to both sides, keeping my hands on the ground, just twisting my body. I like all kinds of twists. They really work not only on your body and muscles, but also on your inner organs. Don't forget that. Getting out of the pose into the downward facing dog. Walk your dog, adjust the position, enjoy the stretch in your spine. Try to touch the floor with your heels if you may. You may bend your knees, but generally it's a great stretch on the hamstrings. Alright, here you can take few breaths and get ready for the next lunge. I'm taking a big step forward with my left leg, adjusting my position, and now I will try to find the perfect lunge so that my hips are square. This is important. And my left knee does not fall over the left toes apparently. And don't forget to keep the core as well. This is the number one rule of all those exercises. Just never relax your belly. Keep the core engaged. This is so important. Now I'm ready to raise up my arms and do some side bends. I bend to the left, trying to keep my hips even without moving them much. Yeah, I'm not really good with balance, guys. Balance is my weak part, so I really need to work hard on that. I breathe out as I bend, and I breathe in as I come back to the center. Of course, I engage my core all the time. This is not to forget of. And now I do the rotations to the left, stretching my arms, working on my waistline. By the way, what a great exercise. always try to keep my balance. This is not easy. Come back to the center. Readjust my lunge. Do some pumps here, some bouncing movements. And shift my weight all the way to the front on my left leg. As I start to straighten my right leg parallel to the floor, with my core engaged, with my glutes squeezed, with my right leg very, very tight in the thigh, and with my arms raised, I do a little turn and come into the tree pose on the right side. Keep the balance, keep the core, keep the breath. Hands in prayer position, find my balance, find my peace in this posture. I'm almost finished, and that's a wonderful reward for all the hard work I've just done. Massaging my hips a bit. It's been a great hip opening sequence, so I need to let my hips rest. Oh, watch out here. Get out of the pose, take a back bend, hands in prayer position. Namaste, say a gratitude to yourself. Calm down your breathing. And finally, I would like to do a rebound or a counter pose, if you may say so. Anything that feels good for your body at this moment. To me, it's not really a shavasana this time because I did so much work on my thighs. So I want to really stretch my thighs. And this I do by pulling my feet under my glutes in this position. It's not comfortable for everyone, but for me it's just perfect. That's how I open my hips even wider. That's how I really stretch my thighs to the maximum. When they say that in our hip area we actually store our emotions as well, our deep negative emotions, maybe even karmic emotions, our grief, our sorrow, something very heavy. I actually believe it 100% because I tried it on myself, and I really pay attention to this hip opening exercises, hip self-massage, anything that can release that tension physically and energetically. And finally, I would like to do a little feet stretch. It's not easy to keep my balance, see? But I love this exercise, simply sitting with your glutes on your heels, trying to keep the balance. As simple as that, but in reality it's not that easy. But it's a wonderful, wonderful practice for your feet and toes, stimulating all the points on your feet, energizing, uplifting. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was inspirational, motivational for you. And thank you very much for your attention. Have a wonderful day. Bye.